Hey, this is Tyson Fury. This is a special message for Deontay Wilder, the big dosser. He's going around saying he fights all the best heavyweights, but Dominic Brazil ain't no best heavyweight, and neither is Luis Ortiz. Dominic Brazil's average at best, and the other guy, Luis Ortiz, is average at best. 145 years old. Someone you already knocked out, you bum. You go around fighting the bestie, giving them bestie opportunities. You've only fought one good man in your career, and that's me, and I beat you. And everybody in the world knows that you lost to the Gypsy King. A half-mass Gypsy King. A Gypsy King that was out of the ring for a year. Still beat you. On 50%. You're getting busted next time I meet you. I'll have everything I've got on it. I beat you, Dosser. I ain't afraid of you. I ain't bothered about you, bum. I wasn't bothered about you back then, and I definitely ain't bothered about you now. You big Dosser. You're getting it. You big Dosser. You know you lost, your trainer knows you lost, your manager, your promoter, your wife, your kids. They all know the Gypsy King betted you. Coming for your pussy.
So we just heard there from Tyson, the Gypsy King, Theory. And I've got to be honest, guys, listen, those of you who follow the channel, you know that I've had select words with Fury, and in my hearts of hearts, I still believe Fury is probably shot. However, that doesn't, I've always said, listen, my support for someone, I have two parts to my brain. I have my rational logical brain. My rational logical brain tells me Fury's legs are finished. Fury's legs are degaged. However, the heart inside me, after hearing this, because do you remember the first fight? In the first fight, Fury and Wilder were licking each other's arse. Oh, it's me and you, baby. Do you know what I mean? They were being weird. It was weird. Fury weren't coming out and calling a spade, but now he's come out and called a spade a spade. Fury Wilder sits out there with all of his goofy LDBC friends. Oh, man, I'm fighting the best in the world. I'm fighting Luis Ortiz. I'm fighting Luis Dinosaur Ortiz. Oh, yeah. Oh, cock-a-doodle-oo. Yeah, we're fighting the best in the world, baby. Yeah, I'm Bomb Squad, baby. Bomb Squad, baby. All this kind of goofy stuff. That's what he was doing. He'd been doing it for the longest time. And I'm glad Fury finally came out and put it on him. Listen, Wilder, you wouldn't know the first thing about fighting anyone half sharp. Ortiz is 145 years old. Yeah? That's twice as old as I think he is. I thought he was 73 or something. 145 years old, and that's coming from a boxing insider. Tyson Fury, he knows Ortiz. Yeah? He's the same as Dave Allen. Don't take my word for it. I've never been around Ortiz. I'm only going based on the pictures I've leaked, etc., etc. However, Dave Allen himself said, I was in the ring. Listen, people want to sit there, oh, you lot are taking the Michael, Luis Ortiz isn't old, all this kind of stuff. You, man, all you LDBC lot, you haven't been in the ring with Ortiz for 7 rounds. Dave Allen has been in the ring with Ortiz for 7 rounds. What did he say when he came out of that ring? Did he say, oh, no, he's not old, he smells fresh? No, he said, listen, he smells old. He smells musty. Yeah? He has that old, musty care home smell. That's what he said. I'm not me saying that. The man's been spent 7 rounds in there. And you know as well, this ain't like, there's nothing more personable than being in the ring with someone for 7 rounds. You're sweating, you're grabbing, you know what I mean? It's a very interpersonal, what's the word? It's a very interpersonal occasion. Yeah? Literally, you're almost one with the person. And that's how he came out, and his summary, his conclusion, his evaluation was, Ortiz is old, 1,000,000%. Never mind no genetic testing. Dave Allen gave it the nose test, and he's old. Anyway, let's not pressure the point there. I'm not bringing no breaking news today about everyone finding out Luis Ortiz is 1,000,000 years old, but Fury's now said it again. Yeah? Dominic Brazil, no good. I'm surprised Fury even went average. He's average. He said, Dominic, oh, yes, oh, Dominic Brazil, he's good as average. Oh, Luis Ortiz. He's as good as average. Listen, neither two of them are average. Brazil is useless, yeah? The only bit of goodness, let's get it right as well. People say, oh, well, it took AJ 7 rounds. Do you want to know the difference here? The difference is this. When AJ fought, Dominic Brazil, I believe, is an Olympian. I don't think he won a medal, but he went to the Olympics. Now, that tells you the caliber he was, yeah? When AJ fought Brazil, he was an up-and-comer. He might have even been undefeated at the time. He was undefeated, Olympic-level boxer. And people wonder why is Brazil so slow now? Yeah? When you've taken that bashing, look, don't take my word for it. Go and look at the pictures of how AJ did Brazil, yeah? When you take, I think I talked about this a while ago. Yeah, I did. After Wilder versus Brazil, I talked about it. After Brazil took the gene-altering therapy, yeah? Anthony Joshua gave Dominic Brazil gene-altering therapy, yeah? Change his genes, because he was Olympian. Let's get it right. It's called a spade a spade. Dominic Brazil was an Olympian when AJ got to him. AJ whacked him up, edited his DNA, and now he's slow as molasses, yeah? He's moving in custard, he's fighting in custard. He's well slow. Like, anyone who thinks the way Dominic Brazil's moving is not because of what AJ did to him, you're delusional, yeah? You are fully delusional. He's like, what's the word? He's Parkinson's slow. No disrespect, but he is. That's how slow he is. Literally, I think Wilder stepped in and flipped a right hand, and Brazil. So Wilder, he went from 6 feet away from Brazil. He steps in, does something, steps out, and then Brazil throws a left hook about 30 minutes after Deontay Wilder stepped back. It was awkward. It was well awkward. As an example, that there ain't someone who's just normally, bearing in mind as well, these are athletes. I'm pretty sure Brazil used to be an American football player as well. Explosive. There were no explosives left. But anyway, let's not labour that point. The fact of the matter is, Brazil, after AJ beat him, is probably, on a scale of 0 to 100, if 50's average, Brazil is 20 at best. Ortiz is 25 at best. Ortiz never... I'm not being funny. I'd like to see Ortiz versus Brazil. Seriously, I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. And that there proves it. That there proves they're the same level. I wouldn't mind seeing Ortiz versus Brazil. Yeah? And Wilder's not beating these guys and trying to rant and rave about it. It's embarrassing. You're beating people's leftovers. When was the last time AJ fought one of Wilder's leftovers? Just tell me when, please. Someone please tell me the last time AJ fought one of Wilder's leftovers. About 5 years ago. Meanwhile, Wilder's had the belt for 2 years longer than AJ has, so he should be 2 years more into his career, i.e. he should be fighting all the fresh people, but somehow, Wilder has only just fought what AJ's leftovers, who he fought 3 years ago, by the way. AJ fought Brazil in 2016, 3 years ago, and Wilder's just getting to AJ's leftovers 3 years later. And it's crazy, man. It's complete madness. Absolute madness. Another example, and this is the scary thing. When and if Wilder ever dares to fight Dillian Whyte, you've got to ask yourself, you do know, even when he does fight Dillian Whyte, you do know AJ beat Dillian Whyte 4 years ago. And this is what makes it real scary, because if Wilder fights Dillian Whyte in 2021, that is 6 years after AJ already beat him. This is how far Wilder is this is how far behind Wilder is in his career. He's 6 years behind AJ. He's taken him 6 years to pluck the courage up, and we're not even sure he's going to fight him in 2021. Are we really? There's nothing certain down. That just shows you the different calibre in the man. Anyway, back to the Fury situation. Where I was going with this was, after watching this video, like I said, the rational part of my brain still believes there's a high probability that Tyson Fury's legs are crystallized. There's a high probability. I've seen the MRI scans. I've seen the what do they call them? The X-ray scans. So it's not like I'm coming on here and just chatting pure rubbish. I've seen the evidence. We've seen the footage. We've seen he can't do no what's the word? He can't do no squat jumps without his knees buckling, without his knees being stiff as a board. Yeah, he can't. We've seen the MRI scans, we've seen the X-ray scans, and his legs are stiff. But however, he might prove me wrong. Maybe the Kronk have got some anti-crystallization. Yeah, maybe they've got some anti-crust medication which can free up the knees. And if they have, listen, they might be able to pull it off. But to be fair to Fury, having seen this video, which is what I was getting to, I'm encouraged, because when he was with Ben Davidson was too busy doing his hair, being goofy, trying to be with the fairies. You know what I mean? It was all about his hair with Ben, wasn't it? Ben Hair Davidson. Whereas now, Fury's only been at the Kronk for a day, and already is getting that mindset back, or that ruthless mindset. Because to be fair to Fury, I don't know what changed, but in his early career, like take the what's it called? Take the Who was it? You know what? There's loads of fighters you can take, but take the best fight in my example, especially for this Wilder fight, is what's that guy's name? Cunningham, Steve SS Cunningham. Yeah, that there is the real Fury. What happened there was similar kind of fight to Wilder, long, skinny, big right hand, hits him with a big right hand. What did Fury do? Did he start running around the place? No, he got stuck in, and that's what Fury's missing. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's happened, but essentially, over the years, his style has all become about, oh, let's just run around the place. Let's try and outrun people. And it just don't work. I'm sorry, at this level, it just don't work. You've got at some point, and what gets me is he proved it in the Steve Cunningham fight. When someone's looking to land one punch, you don't sit at mid-range and wait and let them line you up. What you do is, you get on top of them and you wail all over them. And in the first fight, Fury said that. Fury said, oh yes, Deontay Wilder, his basketball legs, I'm going to wail over him. Oh, 280 pounds of inside fightingness. Oh, he gave it all that kind of stuff, but got in there, and he didn't want to do it. He wanted to sit at mid-range and get lined up. His best bet is to go in there, Steve Cunningham style, and just get on top of him and bully him. That's what needs to happen. And Freddie Roach had the right idea, and that's really why I'm glad Ben Davison went, because that whole sitting at mid-range waiting to get laid out ain't gonna work. He needs to march forward, and I'm glad that he's speaking this way, because hopefully, and this is what, in a way, I'm not sure, because sometimes he talks a lot of rubbish, so maybe he's just saying it, but I'm hoping that he's not just talking rubbish. I'm hoping he's gonna put his words now, because he's giving it a good talk. Oh yes, I'm gonna fill you in. Oh, big daughter, you're gonna get it. Oh, your cunt's gonna punch right in. I'm gonna punch your cunt right in for you. So he's saying all the right things, which is important. But we've heard him say a lot of all the right things before when he gets in there and he's trying to run away. And again, his new trainer himself has said that we're going for knockouts. Now I'm not sure if Fury can knock him out, but I want to see that intention there. That would be great to see, because one thing for sure, one of the main reasons why I think Fury gets knocked out is because I see him sitting in mid-range and just sitting there like Ortiz, smiling. And that's what happened in the first fight with Fury. He got, after like 8 rounds, he started putting his hands down and putting his hands behind his back and started smiling, and he gets caught. Whereas if you're marching someone down, you ain't gonna have no time to be smiling, and Wilder won't know what to do. No one's ever got on top of Wilder. In fact, the only person who kind of did it was Bermain Stavern, and he went 12 rounds with him, didn't get knocked down once, as an example. And Bermain Stavern's useless. Never mind, Fury's meant to be a bare knuckle fighter. You get stuck in, lad. Do you know what I mean? And the worst thing is, we've seen you do it before, and you pulled it off successfully. You weighed all over. Steve Cunningham is the same as Wilder, a blown-up cruiserweight, and you weighed all over him, and it bust the pipes. His little knees, your knees basically have pressure sensors. Like anyone who's ever squatted before, you'll notice sometimes you get quite a lot of pressure in your knees, and essentially, when Fury weighs on Wilder, the pressure sensors will just bust and his knees will just give way. That's what will happen, because I can see it now. His knees they're not developed. Yeah, he hasn't got that medial support around his knees. He's got weak knees, little skinny, spindly legs. The support muscles around your knees, they'll just bust. I'm telling you now. Anyone who weighs on Wilder, his knees, you'll hear a big psst. It'll be like a psst, and you'll hear that'll be the pressure. That'll be the pressure spewing out of his knees, and it'll just bust, and it'll just collapse on the floor, and it'll be game over, because he won't be able to walk. So that's what I'm saying. Anyone who dares to walk forward and get on top of him will win. Will Fury do that? The odds are better. Ben Davidson's gone. His attitude seems a bit more smoky. When was the last time you saw a video like this from Wilder? From Fury. The last few weeks it's been, I want to retire. I've only got 3 days left. I've only got 3 fights left. I might go to WWE forever. He's got these, because that's what happens when you hang out with moist people. I've been saying this for the longest time. Ben Davidson's moist. Do you know what I mean? He's too moist. He's gone to the Cronk gym and he's getting sorted out. And rightly so. So hopefully he can bring this attitude into the ring. And the last thing I'll say is, having seen this video, like I said, logically I still think he's shot, but in my heart I kind of want him to win now. I'm coming round to him. Now he's come out, now he's stopped licking Wilder's arse and he started calling a spade a spade. I'm starting to feel that, let's go Fury, do you know what I mean? That's starting to come back into me. But I will say this, if he goes in there and he starts running around the place, I'm going to be rooting for Wilder to knock him out, because let's never get twisted. I'm never going to go in there and root for Fury to go in there and run around the place. That's not me. Yeah, he needs to go in there and stick it on him. That's what needs to happen. Anyway, big love to my dog, Carluccio, the Sicilian Don of all Dons, Don Carlo, for coming through and sponsoring under the Patreon. Anyone else who wants to do the same, receive daily exclusive live streams of the YB, patreon.com/the YB, and I'll catch you man there. Respect.